feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome. If you are new here, I'm so happy to have you. To my previous subscribers, welcome my little astronaut. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about why I think and believe in terms of intuition. I'm also be channeling today why aliens are here. Now, I just want to quickly say one thing. I asked my guys, and I just got finished with a client, so I do apologize for being late. I asked them to give me something to go over, and they just told me just to go with it. Like, they're just gonna tell me whatever that comes to mind. So just please keep that in mind as well. So I'll be just jumping in. If you have questions or you want to read on something, just let me know. It's not gonna be political. It's gonna be specifically strictly aliens, extraterrestrial as well. Hi Julie. Hi Paula. So we'll be channeling that as well. I just want to let you guys know that in advance. I don't even know what to begin and start with. My guys have not given me basically anything. I just see a little, what is that? Like there's like something right in my face. Like you see like a little bit of hair just flying. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. So anyway, we're gonna begin, okay? Let's talk about crop circles, because apparently that's the one thing that came to my head right now. So let's do crop circles. Now just go with the flow, okay? That's what my guys want me to do today, so I guess we're going to go with the flow. So if you haven't seen a maze it kind of looks like something like this. I'll give you a little example. And then they have like something like this, something like that. That's a maze, apparently. It looks like someone's intestine, if you really want to ask me. But that is something like a maze. Now, I'm not very good at maze, as you can clearly tell. But what I am getting here is that there is something here that they're giving us. They're giving us a maze, but it's encoded. The encoded message is what this is. They're giving you a coded message. So you ever seen a crop circle? And I'm going to go like that. Kind of like a Cinnabon, right? Well, if you look at it, what the message is actually, if you were to take it, right? If you were to take this and you were to spin this, it becomes hallucinogen, right? Hi, Linda. So it becomes a hallucinogen. Oh my God. It starts with the H. I can't even pronounce the word, but hallucinogen, something like that, right? And it spins, and it kind of like they get you in this mindset, in this space where you were, almost like being controlled in some way, right? So what this is that it's not really alien made. These are not alien made. These are things that look like this, like a crop circle, are not alien made. Okay, I just want to let you know that, right? Thank you. I want to put the word on here. Thank you, Julie. Who's Jenna? Right, thank you. So these are not alien made at all, right? But what is alien made or something that looks quite something similar to this. Now I'm just challenging this. I'm just winging whatever my guys are giving me or whatever my intuition is telling me to just throw out there. It's just coming right through me. They're not talking to my ear. They're going right through my body, right? And so, okay, so it kind of looks something like this, right? So normally 3, they come in a pack of 3, and it's not one, like I showed you before, it's 3 in a bunch, right? It comes 3 in a bunch. And the reason for that is that each one intersects, right? But what's really important about this crop circle is that in the middle, there's this intersection where all of them intersect. And in that intersection, what this does is this allows you to feel the energy of all 3, because what they are creating is actually a crystal grid. That's what this is. It's a crystal grid, because you have one here, and then you have 2 here as well, right? This is a crystal grid. That's what that is. It's a 4-pointer, right? And then you have here the middle, right? In that middle, that's where the energy is. That's where the energy is. This is a macabre. What they're creating is a macabre. It's a vehicle, right? The physical vehicle, which is why they don't want you to be in the middle of this, because all it is, it allows you to be able to travel. The UFOs or something like that, they don't travel using a spacecraft, right? Something like that. They don't travel using a spacecraft. What they travel is actually a macabre. I'll show you what a macabre looks like. Hopefully I can draw this thing. Okay, that was definitely not a macabre. But if you want to look it up on your own time, this is a macabre. That's how you spell it. Thank you, Julie. So, like that. So in this macabre, it's actually, the macabre is basically a vehicle in which you will be put in the vehicle and you'll be driving around in this vehicle. In this vehicle, you would use this as almost like the way they would use a spacecraft. This is what allows you to travel dimensions into different areas. It's what allows you to go to the 5D, the 4D, and experience different things. That's what this is. That's what the vehicle is. And it's very interesting to have that complex here that, a long time we've been told that they need to travel in a physical thing. But really how extraterrestrials are able to go from one place to another is actually through a vehicle, which is the macabre, right? That's how they travel, because that's what this is. So what creates the circle aren't actual extraterrestrials. They don't actually create the circle. What actually creates the circle is when the macabre lands on physical land is what creates the macabre, or what creates the crop circle. That's what this is, right? These formulate because of the energy, and because of it, if you ever look at Earth, and I'm going to show you Earth in a minute, right? I'm going to try to draw Earth to the best of my ability. Do not judge my drawing skills, okay? I promise you, they're going to be that good, okay? All right, so I'm going to draw Earth to the best of my ability. I'll just kind of do that. All right, so we have Greenland, we have many islands, right? This is Canada or something. Then we have, North America, Alaska or something. Florida, Mexico, something like that. Or stuff like that. All right, anyway, so that's North America, and then here's Europe. Could be really bad. All right, something like that. Then here, Russia, and we have, other countries, right? Right, and then we have Africa. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm normally very good at this, but I'm just trying to not waste your time here. So let's say this is the world's map, right? This is the world's map, right? And I'm going to use blue so you can kind of see the difference here. If you haven't noticed, the world had a very singular wave pattern, right? So it had a very wind structure of things going different motion, right? This is the water movement, right? Just to kind of give you an idea. That's what it does. So when a macabre comes onto the physical, it creates a crop circle. So just say, for example, an alien was coming down, right? And it came down in Russia, right? I just hit Moscow for some reason. But just for example, and it creates a circle. So that's where the macabre is. That's where the extraterrestrial land. They happen to land in Russia, right? Well, what happens is it creates a mini crop circle. Looks like an ass symbol, but that's where that is. It will be in the area. So when it lands on land, because of the movement of the wind and the vibration and the changes of the wind pattern changes when a macabre lands on the physical, because it's not supposed to be here, but because it's your body, your thing, because you do have the ability to have your own macabre, it will create a crop circle. So this is how aliens and extraterrestrial travel, is via macabre, not physically a UFO. A UFO is a UFO. It's like a military-grade machinery, right? It's more of an illusion than anything else, if you really want to be honest with me. It's an illusion. That's what I'm seeing here, is that the way aliens work and extraterrestrials, they travel through the means of the macabre, right? That is why they study Heimer's table. That is why they study a lot of things that are very important, especially when it comes to like psychics and stuff like that. And FBI, they want to know, because only way they're going to be able to contact extraterrestrials is through the astral realm. That is where they contact them. A lot of them don't come from the physical. We can't physically see them until we go to the 5D, where we will start to encounter extraterrestrial beings, right? So yes, Julie, you talked about, when do we get our personal macabre? So your personal macabre is actually something you already have. It is something that you can actually use yourself. A lot of what you get is It comes from you, right? You need to be able to be in a perfect state of mind, and the best way for you to access your macabre is you need to have all your chakras in alignment, both your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and of course your crown. And when you do that, you're able to clear out. You need to clear out your aura again, your white aura, make it white and pure. And then imagine you entering this vehicle that kind of looks like you ever seen like one of those little like oh god, it's like an axe, but it's like multiple axes, and it's kind of like a star, and you have to take a ball and you hit it. It's like a game, like a soccer, but it's like a kid toy, and it comes in like a little package. I know it's a little weird. Maybe I have to show you on the screen. Kind of like something like this, right? And it's like 3D, like 4D kind of thing. You throw it, and you throw the ball at it, and you knock it over. Kind of the same thing. That's how the macabre works, right? You need to be able to have everything within you. You need to be able to be aligned in perfect alignment, because a lot of the macabre is actually your vehicle. So you need to be able to manifest that into reality simply by looking at macabre, simply by manifesting the macabre. It's all there. You have the ability, you have the luxury of doing it. You just need to be in a state of calmness, state of peace, state of balance to access it, right? You never want to go in a car where you're angry or happy. You want to be in a neutral emotion, right? Yes, you see many images of macabres. Thank you, yes. So that is what a macabre is. A macabre is a vehicle or means of travel outside of the physical. That's what that is, right? It's like a little train, like a little Hogwarts train for you. That's how a lot of aliens, extraterrestrials are able to go from one place to another. And so a lot of you guys may have remembered from the previous reading from 2 days ago, we talked about extraterrestrials and stuff like that, and why there's so many reports. A lot of the reason why so many reports are here is actually from the military, right? So the military actually comes in and they're making nuclear arsenals. And remember, we already know what happened the first time around, right? We already know what happened to nuclear fallout and everything that had happened since then, right? Because it's odd that we will go from a time period where there's a lot of creation, high technology, advanced point, to only go to us where we're a lower dimension. The reason why is a lot of our technology has been around for decades or even centuries, right? So even if, no matter what, if a government was to censor something, it would always be released because you have access to the collective consciousness. The aliens, on the other hand, have access to the same collective, right? So I'm going to quickly just describe this for the extraterrestrials, right? So just imagine the cloud, right, is your collective consciousness. Something like that. I don't know how to spell it. But this is your collective consciousness, right? This is where everybody's thoughts are. This is what the best way I could put this is like your Google or your iCloud, right? So your iCloud, right? This is where everything gets stored, right? Everything gets stored here, right? And you're probably like, well, Chris, what does this have to do with extraterrestrials? And I'm going to explain it to you now. So this is like a thought, right? You ever had thoughts come into your head and just pop in your head? It comes from here, right? Your thoughts are not yours, right? So if you have suicidal thoughts, they come from a collective consciousness. You have hateful thoughts, they come from the collective consciousness. You have loving thoughts, they come from here. Everything is connected to the collective consciousness, which means that if you, thank you, I'm going to put it up here. Thank you, Julie. If you were to be around people and you would put 10 people in a room and you would ask them a business idea, right? About 5 of them, about 2 to 5 will have the same idea out of 10 people. The reason for that is that both of them are accessing the collective consciousness. Think of it as a machine. You ever see like one of those vacuum machines and it just kind of puts it on a tray, or like a band, you know, like one of those moving bands, kind of like a treadmill, those type of thing. It's like that, right? They go through so many people, so many things, because until it gets picked up, it's still there. It's still there moving through people's head. You know, those thoughts in your mind, those are not yours until you pick them, right? You're like, oh, I want a little broccoli today. You know, I want a little asparagus, you know, stuff like that. Those are your thoughts because you chose them. You pick what you want to pay attention to. Right, but you have access to the collective consciousness, which talks about your 5D. The way you raise your 5D is just simply by picking different thoughts, and by changing your thought, you're able to imagine be able to have a more physical reality because you're not focusing on the negative. So if you're focusing more on negative thoughts from the collective consciousness, you're going to have a negative reality. If you want to improve your reality, you focus on positive thoughts. That's what you take. Because what you take is what you become. Very simply put, what you eat is what you will become. The same thing. Collective consciousness works the same exact way, right? So this is very important because I know thought and extraterrestrial come together, and understanding how everything functions and how extraterrestrials work. Now, on the other hand, though, I can't release too much information because if I release too much information on extraterrestrials, what's going to end up happening, the government's going to use the information and they're going to harm extraterrestrials. Okay, so I just want you to know that as well. So send extraterrestrials love and light, and that you hope that they are protected and that you want them to be protected and surround them with love because they are here to help us all, to help to protect us. So moving on from the collective consciousness, a lot of why extraterrestrials are here are for one main purpose. They are trying to stop the repeat of history. Right, the repeating pattern of what we have done previously. Because as humans, we don't tend to learn from our past; we just tend to repeat it because we're just stupid, right? So just say, for example, this is a nuclear arsenal plant, right? This is a nuclear plant, right? Definitely does not look like a nuclear arsenal plant, but just stick with me. Smoke, nuclear. Let me just put on nuclear so in case you forgot. So let's just say this is a nuclear arsenal plant, right? And here we have is an alien crasher, right? Well, they're saying, the U.S. government is saying that there's a lot of activity where UFOs are. So if you are a government, right, from another country besides the United States, what the smartest move to know is where the country's nuclear arsenals are, right? Well, you just gotta look at where the reports of the UFOs are, and you know exactly where the nuclear arsenals are, right? Because UFOs and arsenal are very closely related. Now, there's two different things. And I said aliens and extraterrestrials mostly don't use the means of UFOs because they're not there. Because they're military weapons. They're military-grade weapons created by humans just to manipulate speed at a certain pace. There are actually planes that are faster than this UFO, just so you know. So the chances of a UFO being made by not a human is very low, but some of them are. Some of them are made by extraterrestrials as well. And so they will oftentimes show up in areas of nuclear arsenal. And that is because what this happened is that in order to create that radioactive light that is being projected, it's actually nuclear material, nuclear arsenal material. Because in order to stop a nuclear activity, you have to shoot it with nuclear arsenal or nuclear material. Because in order to neutralize a component of the nuclear, excuse me. All right, I'm stuttering really badly, so give me 1 minute. Okay, so just say this is, the material, the components, the molecules that make up the compound of a nuclear arsenal, right? Right, just say that is the compound, right? Well, in order to neutralize this, because it's missing one, which makes it inactive, because it's missing one, it makes it active, right? Well, in order to neutralize it, you got to put one there, and now it neutralizes, right? Because you have one here, right? You have two here and one there. Because of that, it neutralizes the nuclear activity, which therefore dismantles military-grade weapons, such as nuclear missiles and the big bombs and stuff like that. It gets rid of them, right? Extraterrestrials have the ability and the luxury to do that because they have unlimited nuclear capacity. But because of the macabre, now they use the macabre as a means of travel, so if they're ever in danger, they can use the macabre to travel outside of the UFO so that they can leave and just leave the UFO there in the physical, right? Same thing. UFOs do the same exact thing. They could manifest nuclear material in the macabre to get rid of nuclear matter so that it doesn't harm anybody. Because remember, it's not only going to affect our world, it's going to affect their world. Because remember, if the Earth explodes, it creates more asteroids, creates more problems that is not needed. Right? It can wipe out civilizations like the way the dinosaurs were, with asteroids coming down to Earth, wiping out civilization. The same exact thing, right? Now, it's very weird because, I really didn't know what to expect, because my guy just told me to just go with whatever is coming to me at this time. So if you guys have any question that you would like to talk about in terms of aliens and why they're here, definitely please feel free to put it in the live chat. I think it will be really important to talk about. But we're going to do a little tarot while we're waiting as well. That's all that I'm getting in terms of channeling, in terms of what to talk about. So we're just going to get a little bit of information. Then after that, I'm going to go eat some dinner because I'm hungry. So let's see. Because they might not let me know, they may not tell me at all why they're really here. And that's important, because the reason why they might not be here is because we might not be able to tell them physically, you guys, why they're here, because some of you guys might be FBIs, you might be like CIA, and that could harm their mission. Okay. But before we do that, I want to play a quick intuition game for you. A little game. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take cards, a deck of cards, and I'm going to play them out in 4 rows, right? And what you are going to do is you're going to try to use your intuition and pick up each card and find out what one that card is in, okay? So let me just shuffle, and then whatever 4 cards that come out is the median. And while you do that, I am going to shuffle off camera. And then we'll do some reading of why they're here, okay? So, let's see. Hi, Liz. What's up, love? Been a very long time since I saw you. How you been? Okay, 4 cards for intuition, please. Okay. Okay, remember, I'm going to go on thing. You're going to have to remember what order this is. So, let me see. Okay. Interesting. All right, so we have here the card that you have to look for is the yoga card, right? This is the card that you need to find and look for, okay, using your intuition, okay? Are aliens from a different dimension or planet or both? Good, perfect. I can answer the questions while you guys are using your intuition, okay? Okay, perfect. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your intuition to kind of find out where the card is, right? The yoga card is what you're looking for. You're looking for the yoga card. I want you to use your mental capacity to lift up each one and find out where it is, okay? And while you're doing that, I'm going to answer your question about aliens, extraterrestrial. Okay, so the first question that we have here is that they're here not to interfere, but can give us help to advance us. Yes, they already have helped advance us. However, they are here to interfere because we are so detrimental to the stuff that they have given us that it can harm us. So they have to interfere in some ways or some form. So Spirit Angel, please tell me, are extraterrestrials here to give us advanced knowledge or information to help us extend? Okay. So I'll give you a moment to kind of still figure that out while you're doing that. Okay, so we have the heart chakra, right, and the throat chakra, which is interesting, right? We have here the heart chakra, the high heart chakra. And you can kind of see here 2 people coming together, right? See the 2 birds with the heart, and it's extending higher and higher to the highest realm, right? And that is the highest level of knowledge. And that is really important because this is you. I'm seeing this as the third eye, really. And this is kind of like an individual. If you look closely, right, you see this is the eye, and this is another eye, right? And this is the third eye of the alien, right? If you were to put it closer, you can kind of see it. I don't know, let me know if you guys see it. But I'm seeing an alien figure here, right? And they're telling us here that they have a vast knowledge that they can provide our society with, but they already given it to us, which is why they're watching and they're giving us numbers, coded sequence, they're doing like things, they're actually embodying themselves as humans so that they can be able to spread it and get people in the mind thinking, oh, okay, that makes sense now. I saw that, I heard that, like I should look into it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they have to intervene before we self-destruct. Yes, exactly. Then we also have here as well throat chakra, express your truth. And you know how we talk about the macabre? Look what shows up, the macabre. Right? That's the macabre in case you guys forgot what the macabre looks like. And this is a blue butterfly, and this is very important because actually what it's referring here, this is the throat chakra, it's the voice of speaking, using social media as the means of travel of information, right? Advance. So a lot of them are actually social media influencers, celebrities, and stuff like that, because that's how to get the word out. So, you know how blue this butterfly is? I was drawn to a couple days ago to buy this deck called the butterfly deck with the blue butterfly. I just talked about life changes. So we're going to take a nice message to kind of see what does the butterfly mean? Okay, Spirit Angel, tell me, what does this butterfly mean? What did that blue butterfly mean in for chakra when it talked about expressing truth? What does that mean? Okay, so thank you. We have courage, right? They have the courage to do what's right, to do what is best for people, to do what's right for the humanity, do what's right for the world, do what's right for the universe. Right in the bottom of the deck here is we have self-employment, right? To allow people to be able to get in the space of attention that if they want to be employed for themselves, they can easily do that simply by helping themselves, simply by manifesting and creating jobs for themselves. You know, a lot of people nowadays are now looking to self-employment because that is going to help them tremendously, and it's very common under the pandemic. Right? Now it's because courage is going to come through self-employment. You are going to find your truth, the real truth under this. And it's called about sobriety, right? Being sober. You know, a lot of us are too drunk on reality that we have oftentimes forgotten what it means to be sober, and being sober means being new, right? Done cutting the grass, just made it here. Hi, Diva, what's up, love? Yes, change the world, exactly, 100%. 100%. Now, I was supposed to be teaching the class today, and so I was like, oh my God. So my guy just told me to do whatever they've given me and whatever, like, knowledge. So, actually, I want to talk about one thing. If you guys remember my dream, I talked about my alien dream. My friend who was looking at it, she said, you know that little thing I saw in the sky in my dream, and it was like World War I and World War II, and it was like flashing in the clouds or something? She said that could be like a hologram as well, because I actually, funny enough, I got pictures and images on my phone of a hologram. So that's what that could have been, like a hologram as well. So we're going to do another part 2 reading. If you're interested, just let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do a part 2 of my dream and read what's that, a hologram. Okay, so while we're waiting to do the next question, which is Linda's Oregon, which is we're going to use her question next, which is, are aliens from different dimensions or planets or both? So we're going to take a nice look at that. But before we do, if you are just hopping on, we have here 4 cards. They're all shuffled. And you are going to be looking for the yoga card. So I want you to kind of use your intuition to find out what one has the yoga card. What one? Card 1, card 2, card 3, or card 4. Right? So whatever it is, I want you to take your mind and flip the card over with your mind. Okay, I'm going to try to get you mental capacity and your mental exercises to be able to do just that while you're waiting. And I just want to let you guys know as well, if you guys are new or you're coming back on and you have not checked out my other videos, I want to let you guys know that I will no longer be covering Donald Trump and his presidency starting, what's it called? This August 13th. So you won't be talking about Donald Trump ever again on my channel because I don't really want to. And so you can expect it to be done and over with within the next couple of weeks. So if you have a question about him, submit it and I'll cover it. But other than after the 13th, that's it. It's over. Donald Trump is out of the world, at least from my world. All right, so I'm going to give you, if you need more time, pause the video. We're going to flip the cards right now. So if you got card 1, it's not there. If you got card 2, it's not there. If you got card 4, it's not there. And if you got card 3, it's not there. And if you got card 4, you're right. So this is card 4. And I just shuffled them I promise you, I shuffled them and it happened to be in the same place again. So if you do like this and it does, you do like it, then we'll do it again. But if not, then I won't ever do it again. But anyway, let's answer your question about aliens from different dimensions or planets or both. I really hope next time my guys actually like prepare me because I don't like being thrown into things. All right, so are aliens from different dimensions or planets or both? Spirits and angels, tell me. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. A lot of them don't have homes. Like a lot of aliens or extraterrestrials don't have homes, is what I'm getting. Right? And so it feels as if like they had some trouble at home. Something that caused by humans, potentially in the past, there might have been a war with humans as well. There was some sort of riot or unrest that may have occurred. And so we have here the Page of Cups in the past. Like they got too advanced that humans want to take over and they wanted to be superior race. They want to have the superior race, right? Because we have here in reverse, we have a lot of them, at least 4 planets that used to exist no longer exist. But the alien race are still there, but they're kind of like living in space kind of thing. But they're not physically on a planet anymore because they don't have a planet. So they might be here occasionally just to get food or stuff like that. And we do have here underneath us, a lot of them have struggled. A lot of places are struggling. They're washing. It's almost like they feel like they have their own NATO, like their own NATO version to kind of wash over the earth to make sure that it doesn't get as crazy as it was because they're trying to maybe slow us down in some way or potentially ease us easier, better into more calmer, like spaces, more neutral emotions is what I'm getting, right? Neutral emotions so that we are nice to them. Because we have the 4 cups in reverse. And it feels like we weren't willing to back down and we wiped half of them out. At least half. In terms of wiping, I mean like I like almost like wiping, but I'm seeing like a blue image of like something slowly moving, like kind of like you ever seen like an iris of someone's eye, and they have like the blue color, and then kind of like each one is like a little strip, kind of like that, but it's like moving slowly through space, almost like an explosion, like a blue explosion, like a light explosion, right? And then we have here the Knight of Cups in reverse, and so what this is telling me here is that they were given another opportunity to change everything the way it happens. So even though they're not physically here anymore because they were wiped out in 3D, they're in light years. So I spoke about light years. So if you have watched my other videos about light years, I highly recommend you watch them, especially concept of time, death, and the butterfly effects. Kind of the same thing, very similar to this. The light years, they travel. Even if you're dead in the physical, you're traveling in terms of light years. So you have the ability to manifest and be able to change and intuition-wise and stuff like that. Kind of the same thing with the extraterrestrials. They have the same ability, although they may have passed away due to humans. They are able to change time via telepathy or telecommunications and stuff like that by altering different things in our reality to be able to make sure that at the end, the future doesn't end up the same exact way. Remember, it's an exact reflection. So they're trying to change everything so that they don't get wiped out. Does that make any sense? So you have Diva. I've been sober since September, but that's when all of started. Adderall, it's hard to understand I'm actually sober even though I take controlled substances every day. It basically what you really mean is that you take it, but if you go without it, you become withdrawal. So yeah, you're just taking a little bit until you come off it. That makes sense. Is that what that is? Yeah, an actual federation. You have here, are they from the 10th dimension? A lot of us are all from different dimensions. I just wanted to let you guys know they're all from the same dimension. We just aren't access to that because we're in the 3D, therefore we only access to the whatever we're limited to. But you have the ability of accessing more. It's just up to you of accessing it. Okay, so Spirit Sayings will tell me are extraterrestrials from the 10th dimension. Are extraterrestrials from the 10th dimension. Okay, that was a lot. Because you have a challenge here. The Trouble, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups reverse. How many wands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 reverse. And then we have crossed by the four swords with the 9 of swords reverse. And so it's kind of very negative cards because we have 3 or 4. There's 3 cards that are swords, 1 wand, and 1 cup. Right? So it's talking about mental stability, mental knowledge, understanding. I'd be pointing, you ever see like a white screen on a computer or a TV where it had that white screen and make that really weird noise or anything like that? It's kind of the same thing that I'm getting with the 10th dimension. It's that like white noise. High doors is making that very like loud noise. And that is what I'm seeing. And what that is basically kind of like the purse. I really hate it. Okay, so it's like that. What I'm seeing here is that the energy is so high that even I can't even focus right now. But it kind of like very squishy and like they're basically sound and vibrations of what they are. That's all that they are in the 10th dimension. So yes, they are, but they're not in the physical. So you won't see them, you'll just hear them. But if you won't hear them, they won't be able to speak to you like words. It would just be like loud squishing noise, or you never heard like a white sound on the TV. That's what it sounds like. It's not very pleasant. So at the eye from the 10th dimension, yes, but in the 10th dimension, they just sound like that's dead, like this vibration, like very loud squeezing. Our alien abduction view, I'm skeptical because it had the same symptoms as sleep paralysis, a medical condition. We could take a look at that. Actually, I want to do a separate video on that. Diva, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go onto my application in my website, and I want you to submit this so I can make it so I don't forget it in case it goes out of mind. I want you to be able to do it so I can make the video because I think it needs more intensive information. I just got off of the client, so I'm a little bit tired in terms of intuition wise, and I feel like this needs a lot of attention, a lot of energy. So I want to hold off on this. I think it'll be a really good video topic for another video if you don't mind. Okay, Diva, look into the books of the Lord. Okay. Okay, so I am going to end the video here because I know no one's actually going to watch past like about an hour. So I'm going to end the video here. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys do think. I know it was a very weird, really weird video today. I mean, I didn't really expect to be thrown into this by my guys, but I guess here we are. But anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to hit that notification button. Let me know in the comment section below what you do think. Please let me know, actually, because I'm a little concerned because I was thrown into this. Just let me know what you guys think. Anyway, I love you and have a very beautiful night. Bye.